For the last 30 years, enterprise systems have recorded what happened, kept it safe, and gave us insights into the business. These were valuable, but it was all we could do with the technology that we had available. We are now moving into an age with AI where we can deliver a whole new class of application, a true architectural break from the systems that we've built in the past. We're calling these applications agentic applications. They can assemble teams of agents that can understand process context, that can reason across broader business service areas, that can take action on behalf of a human or in conjunction with a human, and truly move our systems of record to systems of action and systems of outcomes. Now, what does this mean for customer experience? Customer experience systems were no different. They were passive, they were transactional, they were record keepers. We're now introducing agentic CX, where we can allow these agentic applications to be grounded in enterprise information, from orders to inventory to commitments to financial transactions to operations, so they can truly solve problems and execute work across the full life cycle of customer experience.
Sales today is dealing with multiple tools, multiple systems, multiple signals, and all these systems, they all claim to have the necessary data. And I believe sales is not struggling with data, they're really struggling with turning this data into action. So we're building a new class of agentic sales apps, and these essentially ignore the boundaries between the different functions and the different applications. These are persona and territory-focused apps, which are entirely focused on getting work done. AI here doesn't just assist, it essentially drives execution end-to-end. These apps consider all the enterprise data, all the third-party data, everything that's available in the context of specific actions. They're focused on getting that specific step, that work done, and not just presenting the information, right? So, and the best part is I think we're being very thoughtful about how we apply enterprise standards, company policies, organizational methods, even localized preferences, all of that to the guidance. And that, I believe, is a game changer. Let's hear from some of our sales colleagues on how we are applying this at Oracle.
Where there were breaks in data access is where things got stuck with our internal channels.
So what's changed now for me is friction, the elimination of friction.
Now with the agentic apps, all of that's being collected into the system. And we were prompted the next week when we got back online from our trip, we had a whole list of action items to take on, and assigned responsibilities as well.
Every step of the way, I was recommended the next best action throughout the deal. It took my notes from my conference meetings, from my emails, and intelligently advised me to that next logical step, helping me progress my deal even quicker.
This has been the biggest opportunity for me to re-engineer how I sell and how I interact with our systems to make myself better in front of customers, make myself deliver better Oracle messages.
So now, this is not a problem that can be solved in silos. You can certainly build pieces of it, but execution doesn't happen in pieces. If you want a true execution-oriented system, you need to have shared context across all the actions, the entire life cycle. And all enterprise and engagement data has to be in play at all times. Now, also, of course, as always, in an enterprise system, governance and authorization matters deeply. And so is the fact that all of this has to work seamlessly with your core processes. You can wipe code an interface, but you can't wipe code scaled enterprise execution. Now, I think agentic apps pretty much define the next evolution of enterprise applications. I mean, the move from systems of record to systems of execution. This is especially true for non-linear domains like sales, like where a move from siloed AI to a coordinated system that drives outcomes is essential. Companies should measure efficacy of these next generation of applications, not by how they do function-specific automation, but how they drive true outcome. And for sales teams, that means how they can target, execute against, and deliver against their promises. Thanks for watching.